Hello and welcome back to the Goblin Cave. It's Sean here. Well, I'll start off with an apology. I've been a bit quiet on this channel. I meant to do this video earlier in the week, but as you can probably tell, I fell a bit poorly, lost my voice. I'm not 100% yet, but I'm a lot better than what I was at the start of the week. So yeah, apologies for that. So yeah, this video I'm going to give you my thoughts on the Warlord Games open day, which was last Saturday. At the time of recording this, I'm planning on going out the same day, so yeah, last Saturday, and I just wanted to share my thoughts. Now, first of all, I didn't take my camera around. I wasn't sure whether you could or not, but it turns out you can. They don't hide any secrets, so it's something to bear in mind for the future. But yeah, I thought I'd share my thoughts with you. So my initial thoughts are it was a good day. I say a day, you can spend a few hours there really and do it all. Apologies if I keep wincing a bit. I am a bit breathy. So yeah, we got there from straight for an opening. It opened at 10 o'clock. I got there about 9:30. We queued to get in. And once you're in, because they take your confirmation order as well, so you have to take or show on your phone your confirmation email. That is your ticket to get in. So upon entry, then you were given one of these bags with a few goodies in, which I'll go in and show you in a minute. So it's a Conflict 47 bag, which was the new game launching on the day, a kind of alternate future after the Second World War, you know, if it continued on and whatnot. So what I'll do then now is why I just give you my thoughts. I'll show you what's actually in the bag and see, you know, I'd love to hear what you think. So yeah, let's go and do that then. So this is the bag you were gifted upon entry. It's a nice quality drawstring bag. I can actually, it's not a bad size actually. It's not huge, but it's not small. I managed to get a starter army box in here. So, you know, it might come in the future somewhere. So yeah, just a plain black with the white logo of the Conflict 47. I actually think that's really eye-catching. I think it's a good... you know, a good gift. Excuse me. A good gift just for turning up. So obviously there is goodies in the bag, so I'll just go ahead now and take these out. Now that is what you're given as well, which I'll come to that in a minute, so I'll just put that to one side. So we do have one sprue in the bag. We have a die. Some bases, they will be for them, and we do have a special open day figure, and in there also you've got some dog tags. So let's just go start. Well, first of all, the dog tags, you wear them, they got you in and off the site as much as you want. Plus you took these into the shop. If I can just get some close up now. You took these into the shop and you would get the price of your ticket off a starter army box set, which I did. I bought a Battalion starter army box of pike and shot, English Civil War, and it was £90 and well, £94 I think it was, and I got it for £74. So I got the price of my ticket, price of a ticket being £20. So yeah, I made my money back by just that one purchase. So yeah, they're the dog tags. They're, you know, they're nice little keepsakes, if you like, that sort of thing. I don't really know what I'm going to do with mine now, but yeah, they're just nice little keepsakes. So you got a little die then, which is just a plain simple die, and you do have the Warhammer W in place of the 6. So yeah, not bad. So we're going into the, let's do the sprue then. These bases are obviously that. Now this is, again, is all for their Conflict 47. This is free. I don't even know what these are. So if you do know what they are, then drop it in the comments below. I'm not going to be using these anyway. I don't plan on playing Conflict 47. It doesn't really appeal to me. This is great to actually, you know, have these. But if you do collect them and you want these, drop in the comments below and I will send them to you if you like. I've got no use for them. I would love to see them in the hands of someone who, you know, who would love to have them. So, yeah, let me know in the comments below. Will be first come, first serve. So, yeah, that's a sprue of whatever they are, I don't know. Obviously, you get your free bases as well. Are they, what, 25 round mil, I think. So, we're on to the actual, I'll get this back into focus now. There we go. So, Roberta Wells, open day figure, 25. So again, there we go, that's the special open day figure. You had to go to the open day to get this figure. Again, I'm not going to be using it myself. But again, if you would like it, drop it in the comments below. And, you know, I'll send it to you, providing you are within the UK, that is. So yeah, I won't be using them, but it is a nice touch to have these. So like I said, it's all in one bag, plus you've got your tickets off as well. Price of your ticket off a starter box as well. So it's not bad. So let's just push that all to one side a minute then, and I'll take you back over to. Obviously, you get this upon entry as well. Welcome to Warlord Games Open Day. So you've got the times of your tour. So they do multiple tours around the factory all day long. And the times of your seminars. It tells you down here about your dog tags, keeping them so you can get on and off the site. And grants £20 off any starter set. Battle, army battle set or fleet. So yeah. So what I'll do then is let's just have a discussion about what we did again then. So I'll turn the camera around and get on like that. So that was what was in the Conflict 47 goodie bag you got. There's not a lot in there, but I think it's great that you do get a little bit of something. I think it's fantastic. I won't be using them myself, like I just said. I've got no interest in that Conflict 47 to date, so if you can make full use of them models, let me know and I will try and send them to you where I can. So yeah, basically picking up where I left off, we obviously got given that set, and then there is two tents through the entrance, well, pavilions, one to the left, one to the right, which have war games going on, which was good to see because they got you know, games they already play and games going forward being played. There's a variety of games there, obviously all historical, and you know, you can spend a while looking round. You can join in as well, they'll teach you how to play the games and stuff. But bearing in mind, when we arrived it was quite busy everywhere because people like to go early, get there and get it done, I do believe. So, after having, well, we spent a while. Dale was talking to John Stallard. Me and James were having a good wander around, nosing at all the games, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I really do enjoy doing that. Some absolute great quality models on display, and some really top games being played. A lot of Black Powder being played, which I thought was great because it's something I want to do going forward in the near future. So after this then, we then went into the shop itself. I did purchase a starter army of the English Civil War and I got my £20 off that with my dog tags. The shop is small, but there's plenty in there. If you like the bolt action, there's plenty in there. They've got all the starter army boxes and stuff. Plus they do have a warehouse as well. So if they haven't got it on display, you can ask them and they'll pull it from the warehouse, providing they do have it. So that is fantastic. What I would like to have seen is just a general more sales going on in the shop. I mean, I know you've got your £20 off your starter armies, but it'd perhaps be good to see, I don't know, perhaps get 15% off everything with, you know, your ticket on the day. So it's just not, you know, targeted at start bits. So, you know, people who are just buying bits and pieces as additions to their army do benefit from a bit of something. Yeah, so going forward, you know, Warlord games for anyone watching out, you know, please consider that. You know, just instead of saying £20 off the box sets, you get 20% off all purchases or something, so everyone benefits more. So then, yeah, we spent a while in there, and I think mainly because we struggled to get round. It was that busy. I mean, I queued to pay, and I was probably queuing about 15 minutes just to pay. But yeah, that like I said, they've got everything in there you could possibly think of wanting for armies and stuff. So yeah, going from there, it was about time for the first seminar, which was John Stallard and Rick Priestley. Now, to call this a seminar is very, very loose. It was not a seminar but a Q&A session. Basically, we got in there and he says, well, the purpose of this is you can just ask us anything, we'll answer. I was expecting more, perhaps, with the launch of the game, that they would perhaps give a seminar about, you know, what, from start to finish, what, you know, from the ideas to concepts and, you know, model designs, you know, give an hour's seminar on you know, the journey through that something. But no, it was a Q&A session, which isn't to say it wasn't interesting, though a lot of it didn't interest me, because most people in there were just interested in bolt action. You know, are they going to do different armies for that? Didn't particularly interest me. Dale did bring up the question of the Boer War, and Warlord Games are doing a Boer War game next year, so hopefully, you never know, that might be for the next open day launch, which would be fantastic. I will get some of that, I think, because the Boer War does interest me, and there is some nice models already available at Foundry Miniatures as well, so that will be interesting. So yeah, basically a lot of the questions were bolt action and passion projects of both John Stallard and Rick Priestley. So I mean, I stuck in there the whole hour. A lot of it just didn't interest me because it was bolt action. I just don't have any interest in bolt action. But had I known it'd been more Q&A, would I have perhaps thought about a couple of questions? Maybe, but it was very busy, people getting their hands up there. But yeah, there were actual 3 of these seminars all day. I only went to the one because quite simply I thought, well, if it's just going to be a Q&A, I'm not really prepared for that and whatnot, so I just didn't bother. We spent the time elsewhere. So obviously then, the time we come out, I think it was around midday, so we went back into the pavilions and had a look round, you know, the games again and stuff, and then we had some lunch, which is a burger van just off site. He's literally just across the road, but like I said, you keep your dog tags on, you can go in and out as much as you want anyway, and it wasn't badly priced, and it was very, very nice, so big thumbs up there. So we from there we went on then to our tour of the factory. Or did we go to the shop again, actually? I think we might have gone to... Oh yes, we did. We went to the shop again, and I did purchase a paint palette, a wet paint palette, because I haven't got anything like that. I've got a few sheets Dale gave me, which are very good, but I haven't got anything to keep it wet or anything, so I bought one of them. I think it was £32. It's the extra large one, very well worth it. In fact, I probably should do a video on what my purchases were for that, or I think I'll just try and film, get a bit of footage and show it to you now while I'm talking. So yeah, I purchased one of them, and a laser pen for the line of sight, because I'm always ducking down. It's like, is it, isn't it? So I thought, well, if I get one of them and the red dot's on, and then it's classed as in, nice and simple, save a bit of time. Apologies if you can hear, it is very, very blustery here today in the Goblin Cave. It's not as bad as what I thought it would be, but yeah, it's still quite a bad sort of thing. So yeah, we went round the tour, and again, you could film and take pictures. So next year I'll probably take my camera if I'm going. I wasn't sure this year, and I felt that I do want to experience it, because this was my first visit to it. I've been wanting to go for a couple of years, but been unable to go. Last year I went to get tickets and they were all sold out, so you do have to act quick for them. So basically then, what the factory tour is exactly that. You go around from different departments to departments, from designing the models, which I thought is great. People who use Blender, for instance. My son, he's at college learning 3D modelling or things like that, so it'd be great if he got into something like that at some point. That'd be awesome. But yeah, they were showing you from concept designs and everything. They've even got excuse me, in the cabinets, like Boer War figures and stuff for next year all ready and painted up. You know, they weren't hiding anything. Well, I'm sure only what was there is what they wanted you to see anyway. So the Boer War figures look fantastic, and I actually will keep my eye out for that next year, because it will appeal to me. There'll probably be another supplement, I should expect, alongside with the Black Powder core rulebook, I should expect. So yeah, they've got so much available for you to just view. I mean, you went through to the first bit and you had about 15 minutes. So you had a guy quickly talk, say, well, this is, you know, introduce people what they do. And then basically you had about 15 minutes to go around. You can interact with these people, ask them what you want. They'll show you what they're doing and how they're doing it and stuff. So really, really interesting. From that bit then we moved on and went into the resin casting, where a lot of tanks were being made. The chap there was very knowledgeable, and he taught you through all the castings and the resin used. Now the actual casting moulds, they get through quite a bit. They reckon they get about 100 moulds cast from each mould before it needs replacing. So yeah, that was interesting to kind of see the behind of scenes behind it all. So again, you spent about 15 minutes there, and you could ask what you want and have a nose round. They even had a miscast box where you could go and help yourself. There wasn't really anything of interest now. It was mostly tanks, so it didn't interest me, because I don't collect that range, and there were a lot of people who did like bolt action who were going to have a look. So yeah, that didn't bother me as such. So going from there, then we did go and see where they're casting the actual figures in the moulds, which was fantastic. He gave you a talk with how to use the machine, what's done, and just now I'll show you on screen. I'll get some images of it, of a little, I think he's a Soviet commander or something, I'm not sure if he's for the Conflict 47 or bolt action, I don't really know. But yeah, cast it, and we all managed, got given one. Again, I won't be using it for anything, but it was just a nice little figure. It's very well cast, highly detailed. Excuse me. So not bad as a little freebie. So from there then you went on to the metal casting then. Very knowledgeable chap there. He was an old chap, I forget his name, and apologies, I forget all these names of people, which I shouldn't. But he used to work at Games Workshop, who he kept referring to as Mordor, which kind of tickled us. But yeah, he does all the metal casting, and so he gave you great insight into how it was cast, what type of alloys were used, and whatnot. And yeah, it was great to see, because there's kind of conveyor belts, one going one way, one the other. You know, the one empty cast would go back for casting, then coming out and unpacking stuff. So yeah, it's great to see the behind the scenes like that, stuff you never see. You know, the hard work at Warlord Games. And the thing is, they all have a great love for wargaming as well, which, you know, it's a passion for them. It's great to see it, because a lot of the staff were smiling as well, and it's quite rare to see that with staff in some places these days. So yeah, they all look thoroughly enjoyed to be there, and you know, to take your questions and everything. So yeah, it's yeah, that was the end of the tour then. Here you could, like I said, you could ask them anything, and they would. And then from that was the tour then, and it was kind of about 3:30, I think, in the afternoon for us, and we'd done everything we kind of wanted to do. So we decided from then we'd just go round to the Warhammer world, since it was just round the corner, but that's a different story. So yeah, that was the Warlord open day, so there's enough to do. The question, would I go next year? Yes, if I can get tickets, I'll probably go next year, just to see some changes. Though you think, oh, is it going to be the same? But I think in the operation-wise factory, it would be quite interesting to see behind the scenes what changes have they done, what are they doing, kind of thing. I think that would be interesting to see. But if I go next year, I'll definitely take my camera. Now I know you can take pictures. Whether you can film, I'm not sure, but you can definitely take pictures. So even if I just get a few snaps and whatnot, it's something to share with you, so kind of give you my thoughts. So yeah, for a £20 ticket, I think it's very worth it. I made full use of getting the £20 off a starter army, so I got my money back, if you want to look at it like that. You get some nice freebies for going as well, and you get great insight, and you get to ask questions. You can pretty much ask anything you want, and if they can answer, they will answer. There are obviously some projects they are keeping because they're probably 2-3 years down the line, that, you know, they won't comment on or let you know what they are, kind of thing, because it's for the future, which is fair enough. It is a business, it's got to do that. But yeah, as for like next year, like I said, with the Boer War, which Dale asked about, then yeah, they were quite willing to talk about it and stuff. So yeah, do I think you should go? You know what, I think if you're able to go, definitely next year, go ahead. What have you got to lose? Nothing. My only, I won't really say the negatives as such, but obviously labelling up the seminars, which were just Q&A sessions, they're not seminars. So next year, to stop it being a bit misleading, perhaps they ought to change to, look, this is a Q&A session, basically, so people can go in prepared. And say, well, oh, that sounds good, I will have a think about what I want to ask. You know, you might get some better questions and answers from that then. And the other thing I would like to say is, though the £20 off the starter sets is very appreciated and a great offer, there were some people in there just buying smaller boxes which you didn't get your money off. So I would say, well, perhaps instead of saying £20 off the start set, just say 20% off all purchases. So, you know, people just buying a couple of boxes, whatever, going, they still get the 20% off. So everyone, you know, with a ticket is benefiting from that. Something to bear in mind for them for the future. But yeah, overall it was a very positive day. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, as did Dale and James. 3 of us went together. So yeah, I would definitely go next year, and I would highly recommend it. So that was our day and my thoughts of the Warlord Open Day 2025. If you went, let me know in the comments below your thoughts, or, you know, if you're thinking of going next year or whatnot. Yeah, just drop it all in the comments below. I'll try and answer if I can, because I'm not always able to. I do run 2 other channels which do take my time up. The first channel on my main channel is SAR Histories, where I put historical accounts, the real historical accounts of certain events, battles, and, you know, eyewitness accounts. They are basically of historical events. I'd love it if you could go over, you know, subscribe to that channel. I really do need your help. I'm on a push to get to the 10,000 subscribers, so it'd be great if I could do that by the end of the year there. Also as well, if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you're watching, please consider doing so. We do need your help. We're a small channel. We're aiming to grow. The bigger we get, the more we can do, basically. So yeah, as ever then, please do like, subscribe, share this video out there, and I'll see you all next time, and keep on wargaming.